And let's start off Tuesday night. We got one here on ESPN2, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got Miami of Ohio at Buffalo, 49.5 the total. Buffalo -7 here at home. And just doing a little bit of research here, Buffalo's covered 6 of 7. Their only loss against Army, so against that triple option, they really did have a rough time on that. I bet them on that and lost. 6-2 ATS, 7-1 straight up. And Miami of Ohio, 5-3 ATS with 5 straight covers. So something's got to give here. Buffalo's been a darling in the betting markets. So is Miami of Ohio of late. Kelly, do you have any strong opinions here in this first action we're going to talk about?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I don't have a strong opinion, but you're absolutely right about this Buffalo Bulls team. This team has just been a cover machine. And I don't follow the MAC, and that's where my kind of downfall is. I follow some of the bigger Power 5 conferences, obviously. So I don't have a lot of knowledge about either one of these teams. But I will say this. When Jeff was talking about betting the market, don't fade the market in the MAC. If you see there's a percentage on one side and the line drops, follow the reverse line movement here because the sharp guys absolutely hammer this conference. And I don't know how they do it because I just don't have the time or the patience to learn enough about these teams. I just don't utilize them enough. But, like you mentioned, the Bulls have covered, I believe they're either 6-2, 7-1 against the spread this season. So they're the hot hand. And I'm not sure which way it's going to go in this one, but I'm definitely going to be looking at it and seeing if any of the sharps make a play on one side or the other.
Okay, so watching the market there, and yeah, you bring up their record. I have them 7-1 straight up, 6-2 ATS. I guess it depends what numbers you want to actually grab, opening or closing. But Big Man, what do you got? Miami of Ohio at Buffalo.
Yeah, I think this line is a really good line. I think they did a nice job with this one. I think it's really tough to split. You know, it kind of is like a soccer line for me where you can't break two teams down, so you just kind of go for the draw. I mean, I'm going to pass on this one. You look at Buffalo, I think they're the best team in this conference. The problem is Miami of Ohio have hung around in games. They've given Buffalo a tough game the last few years. They're actually a team that has done a pretty nice job hanging around in games, Miami. Gus Ragland's kind of started to find it a little bit. I threw for over 300 yards in his last game against Army. I like Buffalo. If I had to play it, I would take them here. But and you look at all their wins this year, every one has come by 7 or more points. You look at Miami, seemingly every time they step up in class, they lose. But I feel like this might be, the right number. I don't have much on it. I kind of going to agree with Kelly. Miami, if they want to make a bowl game, they got to start winning some games here. I mean, you have 4 games left and only 3 wins. That's kind of some motivation here. But Buffalo, to me, is the best team in this conference. If they have their eye on the ball in this game, they should be able to cover. But Miami's given them a tough game the last couple of years.
Yeah, and Miami's covered 5 straight, so they're coming on of late. You bring up a good point against Army, Ragland throwing it around pretty well. So it's handicapping that aspect as well, how the teams are playing at this point in the season. I agree with you, Big Man. I think this number's right on. I love to go through before the numbers come out from Bet Online and make my own number. I made it 7.5, and it's right at 7. So as far as I got, no value on that as well.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.